Hello, this is Dr. Penn again. I told you, as I promised, I wanted to talk to you about eczema, and people think it's just dry skin, but eczema is so much more than that. Eczema is caused by a number of things, and yes, it could be caused because your skin is dry, but sometimes it's caused by the foods that we eat and our body is having an allergic reaction. So as I was doing my research when I was a younger single parent, and I was like, this child of mine, he has this really bad eczema, and he had it so bad that it was all over his body. They called it follicular eczema. They had mistaken the fact that he had eczema for he had scabies. Don't know how they made that jump, but they did. And so it can get really bad in your skin. And my son was itching his skin to flesh and bleeding. And so what I learned, these are 3 things that you may not know about eczema. 1, eczema is caused by dry skin, but it's also caused by 2, the foods that you eat. So if you have a high food diet, maybe you like ketchup on your fries and you drink lemonade and you have orange juice and you have a high acid diet, you will find that your skin dries out, and that was a thing with the eczema. The other part of it, 3, is it is a hormonal, it has to do with the hormones. So what I learned about watching my son grow up, and then different people who were like, can you help our children with eczema? And I was like, of course I can, because I have learned some things about eczema, was to decrease the amount of acid-based foods that you are eating. So I know it's easy, pizza's easy, spaghetti is easy, and working with marinara sauce is just easy. It comes ready, available in a jar, and you can pour it on everything, and it tastes so good. But then you might notice that you're having an outbreak on your skin and little dry patches of skin everywhere, and those are signs of eczema. Or you love lemonade. I love lemonade. My life is a better life with lemonade or limeade. And so those things have a lot of acid in them, and you want to be careful of what you're doing. Milk, of course, and milk products have lactic acid in it. And I found just watching my son at that time, and I wasn't yet a physician, or I had not learned this yet, but when I went to school, it was confirmed that the amount of acid in foods that we eat causes our skin to have a reaction, and it's hormonal. So I found that when my son was about 4, and then he was about 11 and 13, and as his hormones changed, I noticed that he had eczema. He would have these outbreaks, and he would have it in areas that he sweat. So on his neck, you might see your child or yourself have eczema really bad on your neck. In the folds of your arms, you would find it there in the folds of your arms, in your legs, in your groin area, maybe around your tush, because those are areas that have folds of skin and sweat. And so what I had came up with to help people was the soap that we had talked about earlier, talked about the genesis of making our super fatty bars of soaps, and the Shea Whip. And so now we don't always shea whip in our practice, in our apothecary. It's seasonal, usually around the winter time is when we carry it, but we do have a pretty pudding that has the same components, and we follow a regimen on how to clean our skin and how to hydrate our skin, because that was what became really important. So stay tuned for that video.